Hello, I'm Mike,
And I'm Vic.
and you're watching METS
Met
in
in
Florida.
Florida.
What's going on, man?
How you doing tonight?
I'm okay. I'm doing all right with the game. Hopefully, got to
Yeah,
see Diaz close it out now.
yeah, pins and needles now. 7-4. Too bad the Nationals
7-5.
couldn't come back and score a few. The Braves 3-2.
I know.
Too bad.
So
Well,
annoying.
we'll still have the game in front of us. We got to take care of.
And we gotta do our business. So
Yep, got to do our
unfortunately,
business.
Cookie didn't have it tonight, but the bats came through.
Right.
Speaking of bats, today we have a very interesting topic. We want to talk about Pete Alonso, who's been hitting bombs lately again, ironically, but about who we see hitting behind him in the lineup
Well,
moving
he has
forward.
been hitting bombs, but I think he's missing out on a lot of RBI opportunities.
Yeah,
He's been chasing certain pitches. I think he's just trying to do too much. Um,
I agree.
and that's what brings us to this video. Who is the best player we can put to protect Pete? Um, you want to take it first, and then I have my choice.
Sure. There's a lot of options. I'm leaning. I know normally the fifth hole is because to me Pete's the quintessential cleanup hitter. I'm not. I know sometimes you put him second, you put him third, but to me he's the classic cleanup hitter. The fifth hole is also normally like a power spot, but I'm going to think outside the box and go with our best contact hitter, which is Jeff McNeil.
Okay.
He's the best at putting the bat on the ball, even though he's not an extra. He can hit for extra bases, but he I think even if Pete doesn't, let's say he doesn't come through, Jeff will has a good chance of making some contact. He's not going to get himself out. He's got some speed. So it's almost like after Pete, you're turning the lineup again with another leadoff type hitter, and you're starting the cycle all over again. So I mean, to a lesser extent, but plus we got guys at the bottom like Canna and Escobar that can continue that. But I like McNeil, just an outside the box kind of thing. Plus, I love the righty alternating. You know.
Right. Well, it's a good choice. We did see it at one point behind Pete, and
Yeah.
he was picking up a lot of
I mean, Jeff is doing really well in the
guys.
third hole right now. I will give him that. So
Yeah. And I think that's where I'm gonna go because he's been doing so good in the third hole. I wish he would have been there today, but
yep.
Either way. I think what I would like to see behind Pete, I think the best hitter we have on this team available, thinking out of the box, as soon as he comes out of the DL, is Starling Marte.
That's a good
I
choice also.
think he's hit some big home runs.
Yep.
He's hitting in the 290s, so that's a good average to have behind Pete.
Oh yeah.
And the other thing is he also gives speed behind Pete, where we have some guys who can drive in Marte
Right.
and extend these innings because especially in the early going, Vogelback is hitting. He's starting to hit again, but he clogs up the bases. There's nothing you can do about it. And in the late in the game, you can take him out for a pinch runner. However, early in the game, you're stuck with him. So I'm thinking taking Vogie and batting him lower.
I agree.
And getting Marte behind Pete and giving Pete a little bit maybe better pitches to hit. Maybe Pete will relax a little bit, knowing he has a strong enough hitter behind him that he doesn't have to feel like he can put it all on his shoulder. And at the same time, pitchers have to look at Starling Marte, who has had some big home runs this year. He's not a singles hitter. That they might try to come after Pete.
Yeah.
So that's my pick is Starling Marte.
I like it as well. Plus, he's got speed, like you said.
Yeah.
Kind of like when I said with Neil, a speedy guy. who could turn the lineup over. Same thing with Marte.
Right, right, right. I
Great
mean,
ball
that's
player. Marte's just an all-around great ball player.
yeah. I mean, that would be my ideal pick to put in there, especially we starting the lineup with Nemo and Nemo, Lindor, McNeil, Alonso, Marte, and then you go down there.
Would you consider? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What was that?
As far as who we have, because they haven't given us a date on when Marte is coming back. So I'm hoping to God that we get him back, get a few games in before we take the Braves on.
Oh yes.
So other than that, I think I would want to, for the same reason about clogging the bases. I think I might have to go with Escobar.
I love Escobar. Yeah, I mean, I think he's locked in right now.
Yeah, I think I might have to go with him behind Pete.
Well, remember, we started the season with him there, so.
Right.
Would you consider, speaking of the guys we picked, would you consider having Jeff hit fifth against righties and Marte hit fifth against lefties?
No, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, considering they do that a lot.
Mix and match.
Yeah. And I think that's not a bad idea.
Can't go wrong with either one. I mean,
yeah.
They both have the contact. They both have, Marte's got more power.
Right.
Yeah, you're good either way, but yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
We just don't want Pete. Here's the thing with Pete. We love him to death because he's so authentic and so real. And I think I just gave you the same word, same meaning. He wears his emotions on his sleeve.
Yeah.
I love that about him, but I also know it could be a detriment as far as taking it too far. Like, I mean, once in a while, I sure break the bat, but I don't want to see it a lot. I want to just relax. Don't feel you have to put the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Right. I agree. I agree. I see that with Pete a lot, and I'm hoping that
it's a blessing and a curse, really.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that Pete goes on a big run leading into the playoffs.
Sure.
Well,
he's starting to now. I mean, he's been hitting like a home run every day this week.
Right.
He's starting to.
Well, just looking down, we're going to the ninth, bottom of the ninth now. Up 7-5. Diaz
is going to close it out.
Yeah. So see him close this out, and this is, man, what a dog fight.
Can I say something, by the way? What were you saying, man? What
a dog fight to the end between us and the Braves.
It is. I'm going to say something, by the way. Call me, maybe I'm reading too much into it. Yes, the celebration on camera was very subdued, but I have to wonder if some of them went a little extra after the cameras turned off, because they did look a little flat in like the first 5 innings.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
7 runs on 4 hits. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's okay. You're human. You can do what you want, but still.
I don't know if you saw this, but I caught a glimpse of this when I forgot who was the last one who was getting interviewed. I think it was Nemo.
Yeah.
And they were calling him back because Max wanted him in the clubhouse for the celebration for his 200th. And as he was going down, I don't know who it was motioning him in and pushing other people away, like, you're not allowed here. It almost seemed like it was going to be like a closed door,
like an exclusive thing.
Yeah, at least for a little bit. So who knows what happened in that time? Because then after that, they were up.
That sounds like an 86 story to me.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if anything was said or whatnot, but
like an initiation, that's hysterical.
Yeah.
No, but no, I'm very happy for them, and it's fine. They responded now. We just got to finish the job, and then tomorrow we have is Walker tomorrow? Walker to close it out.
I think so. Yeah, I think he is. I think it is.
And we have one of those off days where one of those in-hand games that the Braves have against the
Yeah.
Phillies.
Yeah.
So
It's a weird position to be in to cheer for the Phillies.
it's hard. It's
Really.
hard.
Is
Well, it's funny because
Harper?
my night job tonight where I work I do an event, a trivia event. I'm not going to say
Right.
where, but restaurant, bar and grill type sports place. And the bartender's from Philly, and she's sweet. She's really sweet. But I said, could you please win this weekend? She goes, I'm going to try. I'm going to try. But yeah, it's going to be a fight to the finish. It's probably going to come down to that series. But here's the good news. Worst case scenario, let's say we end in a tie.
we get
All
the
we got to do
tiebreaker.
is win one game of that series to win the season series.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
I mean, I want to obviously take 2 out of 3, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna. I have a feeling it's gonna come down to that weekend.
Yeah. I just heard that the porn stash guy is hurting on his oblique. They mentioned it today.
Nagosic?
The what? No,
Who?
the not our
Oh, he's
guy
on the Braves. You
on the Braves. Yeah.
Spencer Strider.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1
Yeah.
out.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's
What's he
I
doing? Wait,
heard.
what's he doing?
I heard it's an oblique strain.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, so it's kind of he's gonna miss a start, or they're pushing back his start, one and the other.
By the way, off not Mets related, but baseball related. Rest in peace to Maury Wills.
Oh, I heard that today
Yeah,
on the radio. Yeah,
another great player.
great player. Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, hey, I think we got options behind Pete. I think with Pete, it's very mental. He's got to
Yeah.
just not be hard
You
on
know,
himself.
there is a guy that I'm looking at as soon as next year is for me.
To acquire
No, gonna be on the team one way or the
Alvarez,
other as the guy to bat behind Pete.
yeah, why not?
Guy got power, hit another home run today.
He could do it.
He's heating up. Too bad that we can't call him up or anything. It
It's a
doesn't matter. But
shame. Now you said,
know.
by the way, earlier, Brett Beatty can still make a playoff roster, like in the
Yes.
second round, maybe.
Yeah, because everybody on the 40-man roster is eligible.
They didn't move him to the 60-day DL, or
No,
okay, good.
that no,
Well,
I'm
that's
not
good.
aware that I don't think they would do that. I don't think it would
No.
make sense.
I think you're
Because
right.
at first they said, he's got surgery, but they didn't say he was out for. They didn't say he was out for the rest of the year. They said rest of the regular season.
Okay.
So there's a little glimpse there now. It's just a matter of, what do you do with him? Like he's got to get. That's the tough part because he would have to have some baseball hitting.
One strike away.
Different. It's a lot different to be hitting in the batting cage or even live pitching in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I was talking to someone earlier today about how close, speaking of them.
I don't know if they would, but it would be a nice bat to have.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm here. I think
They
we had a little
just
glitch
won,
there.
by the way.
Yeah, excellent.
95. Anyway, no, they a friend of mine was talking. We were talking about how Pete and Jeff McNeil are very close friends.
Yeah.
When they do batting practice in the cage, McNeil actually hits more home runs than Pete does. I think that's because McNeil's such a good contact hitter. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't want him to do that, but pretty interesting.
It's but you know what? I mean, looking at next year, he can drive in a lot of runs in a 3-hole.
Oh God, yes. God,
you know.
And you'd put Lindor second, right?
Yeah.
And you'd move Marte down.
Yeah. I don't really think McNeil's gonna be able to pull off the batting title. I think he's a little too far behind. I think he's like 9 points behind.
I hope you're wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to, but
the other guys would have to go in a slump.
Freeman would have to slump down in the last.
Of course, I'm laughing because as a Jets fan, when I saw Freeman McNeil, I had to laugh.
Oh yeah! Oh my God!
Freeman McNeil.
Oh,
It wasn't
geez.
really even around back then. It was just funny to
Yeah.
see that. Um,
Yeah.
well, this is good. Now we won another series against a good team. Let's
Mhm.
sweep. Let's get another sweep.
Yeah. Let's get. Hey, next 1 out of 1.
1 out of 1.
1 out of 1. That's the way I look at it. As like we can't look at it anymore as taking series. The hell with that, because that doesn't help us, especially when the team behind us is
Just
winning every day.
like I thought of another saying, another quote. You can't win every day, but you could win today.
Very good.
Keep doing
Yeah.
it, you're in good shape. So I mean,
Hey, coming off of this protection for Pete, like we know, like I said, I think we have someone in our system to hit behind them. Either Alvarez or Beatty next year. I think Alvarez would be the one. But if we do acquire, if we do make changes, and we'll talk about it in the offseason, I think that's something that I'm sure they know that we need some more power, consistent power, to protect Pete. And sign this guy to an extension already.
oh please, yeah, no, we need to do what
Yeah.
the Braves are doing.
I think we gotta do it. It's like stop, stop waiting too long. It's just gonna cost you more money.
I'm thinking of Steve Cohen in the locker room last night, which is so cool, and thinking he's probably already thinking, I'm going to keep him, I'm going to keep him, I'm going to keep. He's already thinking that.
Right, exactly. It's like, who are you gonna keep? I'm gonna do.
And
And just in an off season, just don't make the mistake you made this year thinking that, oh, we can always trade and get no. Don't think that anymore, because guess what? It kind of looks like nobody's trying to do us any favors. They'll bend over backwards for the Braves, for the Yankees, for the Dodgers, not for us. They
it's
want
us against the world.
it really is. It really is.
Didn't
It
like
seems
that.
like it. And especially, I mean, wasn't that guy who took from San Francisco Giants who went to run the Detroit Tigers? Wasn't he one of the guys who we wanted to take to run our organization? He turned down the interview with us.
Oh, Saban, no.
No,
Oh, the younger guy. Oh, what's his name? I know you're talking about.
the guy he just took the job with
Yeah,
Detroit.
I know who you mean. Yeah, I know. It's like
Didn't
there's a
he take?
little.
Yeah, I
Here's
don't
the thing. Now
remember.
that Sandy's stepping down, you got to
Yeah.
figure we got names in mind.
Yeah, I just don't know if that guy who from San Francisco who went to Detroit, I don't remember if he said no or they refused to let him interview, because there was a lot of that going on. So
Oh yeah.
I don't remember, but the person who's gonna be the head of baseball, it's not gonna be anybody as far as GM. They already said it. They said
Oh,
it's going to be mostly business related.
yeah.
What was like business related, coming up with different revenue streams, which is a good thing. That's a good thing, and that's a smart thing, because I think you're looking for a high payroll for the foreseeable future anyway.
Without a doubt.
You're
And
gonna be
and it's
looking at that.
yeah, and I'm thinking we're in Milwaukee right now. I wonder if David Stearns is thinking, I want to go over there.
Yeah, right.
I want to go there.
I heard some rumblings that a lot of people want him leaving. They're not too happy with him, and I think it had to do with
Probably
the
because of
hater.
Josh Hader.
But guess what? He
He's
might have
not
did the
doing
right
well.
thing.
He's doing
I don't
something
know what
right.
happened to Hater. I don't know what happened to Hater. So he probably figured that, hey, I got to get something for him because we ain't going to be able to afford him.
You want to know what I heard? I heard a wild stat. I believe
Mhm.
I heard it correctly. Even with the slumping for that he had a little while, Vogie has more RBIs right now since the trading deadline than Soto and Josh Bell combined.
Really? Wow.
He's got like 20 something RBIs with us already. Weird. Just
Yep.
don't know. The grass isn't always greener, right?
Very true.
I
It's
mean,
gonna
it's
be
weird, but
it's gonna be a really, I expect a nerve-wracking playoffs. I expect nerve-wracking off
my
season.
stomach's been in knots this whole time.
I know. I'm trying to calm myself.
Taking years off
Yeah.
everybody's
No,
life.
they're like namaste. at the
We need to do like a meditation session.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
the
And the
incense.
and the superstition is I'm sure as all Met fans out there, we all have our superstitions. And mine is I'm watching the ball game. If they're doing good, I continue watching. If they're going bad, I'm
Yeah, you
following on
give
my
up. I
phone.
noticed you give up. I watch. I'm a glutton for punishment.
I just can't if I'm seeing some stuff, I'm like, oh no, here we go. I just
Yeah,
start watching, and I was glad I did it. I was like, I'm looking at my phone, and I'm like, bases loaded. I'm like, there it is, and Canna struck out. I'm like, oh God, come on. Next
my
thing I know,
fear is
grand
I'm gonna
slam.
miss an amazing comeback, like we've seen. Like
Yeah,
even with my football team, the Jets, I didn't watch the game, and I saw we were losing, and then I heard with 2 minutes to go and 13 points down, we won.
yeah. It's really. I'm watching the Giants, and it's funny because I I don't get superstitious with watching the Giants, um, or when I used to watch the Knicks.
Or the
Uh,
Rangers.
yeah, I don't get superstitious about them, but when I watch baseball, I do.
Baseball is a different animal, man.
Yeah, I get
It's
very
first of all,
superstitious.
it's not timed,
Yeah.
and there's too many factors.
Hmm.
That's why baseball is the hardest sport to bet on because too many things, too
Which
many
is
factors
interesting
come into
because
play.
I I never bet on my teams. I
You
feel
can't
like
bet with
it's a
you can't bet
jinx.
with your heart.
Yeah, I think it's a jinx. I never bet on my teams.
You
You
bet on
know,
the team you're playing, and either way you win.
right? Really, really. So so I guess that's what we have as far as hey, what's available. As far as who's going to bat behind Pete. Hopefully, we'll see that come tomorrow. I think we need to change it up a little bit with only because Vogie and Pete back to back clog the bases.
Yeah, I get
You
you.
know, so I like to put we got I think Canna has to hit lower in the lineup until he starts going again because that guy overthinks. He
Canna,
overthinks.
Canna.
Yeah,
I can see it.
he overthinks. It's like you can see it. It's like, when he's locked in, but he doesn't stay locked in long enough. He just kind of overthinks it, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I'm thinking of Mets teams of the past with uh, players in the heart of the order that were slow, but like I love the '99 team, and I love the way the lineup was ordered. But that heart of the order was super slow. Olrud, Piazza, Ventura, they were very slow,
Yeah, yeah,
but
they
they hit
were.
them out. They
They
were
did.
just Olrud would get a double, and then Robin or Piazza would bring him in. So,
Yeah.
and then he put like
Well, that's an interesting point
speedy
that you
guys
just
after
brought.
that.
Interesting point that you just brought up, which is going to be a video coming up as far as best clutch performers in each position
In
that the Mets
history.
have ever had. Yes,
Yeah,
in the Met history, and
I
that'll
agree.
be one that'll
That's a
that'll
great
we'll
one.
come up with very very soon.
And they may not be names you'd expect.
Exactly, exactly. Not necessarily all uh the best numbers, but we're going to be specifically talking about clutch performance in
That's going
each
to be
in
that's
each position.
that's
And it's
so
going to be
huge.
and it's going to be a hard one. It's going to be a
It will.
difficult.
We've seen
Yeah,
some amazing moments, but yeah, it's something to think about
yeah.
for sure.
And did you hear that little blurb I heard today about Carlos the Mets wanting Carlos Beltran?
Yes, I
You
have.
did hear about that. Yeah,
I have.
I'm very interested to see how in what capacity. What I didn't know until today when I heard that Buck Showalter wanted him
He
as
did
part
want
of
him.
the coaching staff. I did not know that. That was really a surprise to me.
I really believe that Beltran does what it means when he says, "I want to rewrite the history. I want to rewrite my history here." I think he feels he has unfinished business here.
Yeah, I think so too.
That
I
third
think so
strike,
too.
he doesn't want to be remembered for that.
Right. But I think, hey, by all indications, a very smart man, very baseball man. So, hey, the more people that you can get that
I
in
have no problem
the
with it at
organization,
all.
I don't have a problem with it either.
He's got a high IQ.
You know, things happen for a reason, because we haven't gotten him, we
Wouldn't
wouldn't
have
have
gotten
gotten Buck,
Nope.
you know?
It's so true. No, you can't question the universe has other plans,
Exactly.
better
It's like,
plans.
I'm
So
glad the way it is. It's
yeah,
like,
man,
let's root for the good guys. Let's the
root for the
good
good
guys win
guys,
this
and
year.
we're gonna do it. And one, like you said, 1 out of 1,
1 out of 1.
and now there's 12 games left.
Yep.
Of course, I'd love to run the table, but that's probably not going to happen. But we'll
I would
see.
love. I, I think it would be beyond our wildest dreams. We probably would get so spoiled if the Mets ever went through playoffs where they ran through it. I mean, the closest that we got to was the sweep of the Cubs.
And
in
then we
2015.
crap the bed on against the Royals.
Yeah,
So we'll see.
yeah.
Well, on that note, it's another great topic. Thank you, Vic. And remember, everybody, like and subscribe if you like our stuff. We hope you do. We're going to get more into stuff.
Yeah.
And on 3,
More videos coming up.
Oh,
More videos coming up very soon, touching on a
yes.
lot of topics, not just current Mets teams.
No, we're going to get into history, minutia, things people don't think about.
Yep, absolutely.
So on 3, let's
go
Mets.
Mets.
And again, like and subscribe. Thank you, Vic. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Mike. See
Take
everyone.
care. Have a good night.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.